Good afternoon, America, and welcome to Leonard's Legends, the most watched show in the entire Tri-County area with over 200,000 viewers. And each week I take you on a story showing you into the life of a legend. But before I get into that, I just want to address some controversial comments that I may or may not have made. You might have been hearing about it in the local newspapers, which only have a readership of 15,000 people, by the way. The last 10 years, I've been telling people that my great-grandfather, Thomas Bridge, was the inventor of the bridge. And I was as shocked as the rest of you to find out that my great-grandfather was actually named Thomas Bridgestein, and he changed his name in Ellis Island in 1905, which was actually 3 years after the bridge was invented. I was as shocked as you guys see it. I don't know why everybody's blinking at me like I'm telling some sort of lie. It's a very easy mistake. Bridgestein, bridge, whatever. We can forget all about that. Because while I might be disgraced now, I'm telling a story about another group of people that have been disgraced. Perhaps they've even fallen further than I have. But today, I'm going to tell you their story. The story of the Georgie Porgies. And maybe, through their eyes, through their tales, we can learn a little something about ourselves and realize, hey, maybe we're not all perfect. Who are we to judge? And if they can somehow find happiness at the end of this 1 hour, maybe I can too. Thank you. The Georgie Porgies, super pop group that took the world by storm over 11 years ago. But just as brightly as they shined, they soon burned out, as creative differences ripped the group apart shortly after the airing of our first documentary. Many will know them as the first group established by music legend Big Daddy Hobo. Following the breakup, Big Daddy Hobo went on to found countless super pop groups and has become one of the most widely respected music producers there is in the landscape today. However, the rest of the Georgie Porgies have not fared so well. I begin our story today with legendary Georgie Porgies drummer, Curtis. Well, Curtis, thank you for joining me here in Leonard's Lair once again. I believe it's been about 10 years. How have you been?
Been great.
Why don't you tell me and the national audience, the millions watching at home, what you've been doing for the last 10 or so years?
The last few years, I've been rapping, trying to get a label, you know, the usual rappers do.
So you work at the Christmas tree shop?
Yeah.
And you apply labels on gifts?
Yeah, that was for a couple years, but now I feel like I have some serious musical talent, and I feel like I could go big, like Eminem.
That's very exciting. I haven't really heard much about that. Oh, have you been playing any stadiums? You play the Hippodrome, you play the Elks Club?
Well, I played the Elks Club once, but I was only a feature to my youngest sister, Hannah.
You're with Hannah?
I featured one song, but I like the...
Oh, I always thought she had a lot of talent, a lot of potential. Yeah. That's interesting. You got to work with Hannah. What was that like? Tell me all about that.
Terrible. It was terrible.
Terrible?
Yeah. One of my beats. I've been working on this for about 35 seconds. But in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground, which I spent most of my days. Chilling, maxing, relaxing all cool. Shooting some ball outside school. Couple of dudes in my neighborhood. Alright, that was just some of our beats. If you want more, buy our album. Any more questions?
So, who would you say some of your influences are?
Some of my influences are probably Miley Cyrus, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce. But really, I'm more of an influence to them.
Eminem. She came out like she was better than me, but...
Yeah, I can see that.
It was a rough couple years. We made our separations, don't really get along anymore. But you're not really one to talk. I see you went seriously downhill since our last interview.
Well, I guess, Curtis, both you and me know how cruel society can be.
We do.
They see people like us on top, well, like me on top, and they just want to tear us down, bring us down. Okay, what else? Okay, we talked about your work at the Christmas tree shop.
Actually, in the next couple of years, they said I might become a manager.
Okay, we talked about your collaboration with Hannah. That was what most people were interested in. They only care about you now. What's this? I see you have a long-running beef with 1980s and 90s acting legend Val Kilmer. What was that all about?
Val Kilmer's a punk. Came to my store, was disrespecting my rhymes while I was rapping down the aisles. But that's how some people are, and some people just don't have respect for others, you know? Anyone know what time it is?
3:58.
3:58. Oh man, I gotta work.
Look, Curtis?
Thank you. No, thank you for having me, sir.
Anytime. Nice kid. Joining me now is legendary hanger-on Hannah. Well, Hannah, thank you for joining me here on Phil and Friends. It's been 10 long years since you were last here. Last time I saw you, you must have been, well, I don't know, like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, is there anything why don't you tell me and my worldwide audience of over 9 billion people what you've been doing for these last 10 years?
Mostly I was working with Curtis. I mean, that obviously
sounds
didn't go too well.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know, he wasn't too good. He kind of brought me down. But lately, I'm kind of Instagram famous, and you can always at me at Hannah.Fisher.
Now, this is, forgive me, Hannah, but you say you're Instagram famous. Is that your actual job title?
I don't really get paid, but I just have a lot of followers. People basically love me.
Well, it's always nice to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, America used to love me once.
Not anymore.
But they have black hearts. Yeah. So, Hannah, let's go back a little bit to your time with Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what really happened. He was bad. I mean, you're saying he was a bad rapper? Because, I mean, I could have told you that. But I talked to his supervisor at the Christmas tree shop, and he actually does a very good job.
Well, I would say, like, we got sued a lot because he'd be stealing people's music.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground which I spent most of my days.
Do you have any future projects out there in the works?
Well, lately I've been working on a one-woman show of Senseless. Well, the one-woman show, I basically direct it, I play all the characters, I mean, I'm all the audience members. Something smells fishy. How would you know? One of these days, Curtis, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Well, it sounds like really high concept art. I'm very interested in. Where can I see this show again?
New York.
New York. Do you know the address of the theater? Is it exactly New York?
It's in New York. It's everywhere. It's actually a true one-woman show.
Well, that sounds very exciting, Hannah. I want to thank you for joining me on Phil and Friends. And this is Phil, phoning it in. My next guest to remember from his work on the keyboard, we have Ryan. Ryan, thank you for joining me here on Phil's Forum. It's been 10 long years since you were last here. Why don't you tell me and the worldwide audience of 8 billion people what you've been doing?
Well, first off, thanks for having me, Phil. I appreciate it. And lately I've just been, I switched from my musical career. I've been trying to make my way as a comedian.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah, lately I've been a little hit or miss with my shows. Sometimes I feel like a battery because I'm never included in anything.
Oh.
You know, some people like them, most people don't.
Oh, that must be difficult as a comedian for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, I personally, I think my jokes are prime material. I think they're gold, but not as many people. I just don't get as many laughs as I should.
I read here recently that you played at a local establishment, Jake's Wayback Burgers, down there on Carew Street. I didn't know they had comedy there.
Yeah, it wasn't it was more of a volunteer thing. I just like went up and asked them if they maybe wanted me to do a free show for them because like
Oh,
I didn't really have any work.
that's a good way to get some publicity.
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe some people see me, maybe they'll like want me at their kids' birthdays or something.
Yeah, how'd that end up?
I had a couple inappropriate jokes, and so then I said to him, "That's not a horse, that's my wife." Kind of turned off most parents from wanting me at their kids' birthdays, but I'm still working, I'm still trying.
So tell me, do you keep in contact with any of your former band members from the Georgie Porgies, your brothers and sisters?
Well, ever since the big fallout with them, I really haven't had much contact with them. They none of them really supported me going off on my comedic trail.
Yeah,
So
I can see that. Yeah, I can see why. So Ryan, are you playing any shows that you want to tell our worldwide audience of over 30 billion people?
actually, Phil, yes, I have a show lined up for a comedy club downtown.
Oh, the Laugh Factory?
Actually, Phil, it's right across the street from that. It's you know the McDonald's that's right over there.
Oh, you're playing the McDonald's.
Well, sort of. I tried to get into the McDonald's.
Yeah.
They shut me down even when I said I'd play for free. Offered them a little bit of money if they'd have me.
Yeah?
They still shut me down, so I'm actually playing behind the McDonald's. There's a really nice alleyway behind the McDonald's.
Oh, I think there is a lot of foot traffic back there. That's impressive, yes?
If you want, feel free to come down. Just don't bring your wallet with you or anything, because it's a little shady down there.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that.
Bring your kids, you know. There is a lot of broken glass out there, so I suggest wearing shoes and maybe coming with a few like big friends of yours. Protect you. I mean,
No, don't worry, Ryan. I'm not going to actually go. But would you care to give us a parting joke before we close up here on Phil's Forum?
so many good ones. Oh, I have one for you, Phil.
Yeah.
So, this guy walks into a bar. All right.
Great joke setup right there. Classic.
Classic. He walks into a bar and he goes up to the bartender and he goes, "Let me get a gin and tonic." And then the bartender goes, "Oh wait, I messed up. I think I forgot the end of the line."
Oh.
Well,
Okay. Well, we're out of time, Ryan. So thanks for joining us.
well, thanks for having me, Phil.
Yeah. Just go. Okay. All right, we're done. Finally, we have Georgie Porgies' leader and lead vocalist, Alyssa. I want to thank you for joining me here on the DL with PL.
Of course.
It's been 10 long years since we last spoke. I'm just kind of interested in what you've been doing since last time you were on my show.
I've gotten out of the music career. I've done a few art installations. Very, very deep stuff.
So like paintings,
No.
sculptures?
No. I only use animals and humans, to be completely honest.
Animals and humans. So do you recreate?
I often recreate paintings that I've done myself, separately. The paintings are not shown, of course. I recreate the paintings with certain types of animals, humans, and I put them on display.
So, typically, a painter might be inspired by what he sees in the real world, but you create what you see in the real world, and that's inspired by your paintings.
Yes.
Wow,
precisely.
that sounds pretty convoluted and almost illogical. So that's very exciting.
It's next level stuff.
Yes.
Might be beyond.
And where can the public see your art?
Well, generally it's just in my own garage. It's where I've been living. Technically, it's my parents' garage. But I've been living there, and that's where I put on my shows. I view them on my own. I respect no one else's opinion.
So you don't like the public?
I don't like the public eye. Our critics,
Yes.
I don't understand them.
Well, you know what?
They don't understand me.
I agree with you, Alyssa. I hate critics. Seems like there's a lot of critics out there. You know, you make one mistake and people are just all on your case about it. They're like, oh, he's a liar. He's a terrible person. You know, come on. Why is everybody got to be a critic? That's what I'm interested in your art concept. That's very nice.
Phil, I will tell you that you clearly have some deep-seated issues.
Yes.
And I've dealt with my own through my slam poetry.
Oh, you do slam poetry as well?
I do. I generally go to the backyard. It's just outside the garage.
Oh, the backyard bar and grill in Enfield?
No, just outside my garage. My actual backyard,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
And nature is my audience, of course. Society. Tree. Tree, branch. Government. Out to get us. Bam, 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 bam. War. It is very, very therapeutic, and I highly recommend it to you.
Well, this is kind of, I'm very interested in this. Maybe we'll have to exchange numbers and you can show me some of your arts, because I know what it's like to be, judged by the world. And it just, well, Alyssa, I want to thank you for joining me on the PL. And actually, as a way to thank you, I do in fact have a surprise for you.
Wait, this isn't the Applebee's I'm supposed to be in.
Fine.
Phil, what's going on? Wait, why is she here?
What are you doing here?
No, Phil, I only got like 15 minutes. I'm on break.
Are you?
What are you doing?
What are you?
Why did
watching
you
another
invite him?
rap
You're not
album?
even funny.
Oh my.
You haven't had one successful rap album.
Yeah?
What the heck?
no.
I don't like you. Get out of here.
Everyone knows you just
Honestly.
want to be included.
Shut up, Hannah
oh
Montana.
No one
my
likes
Phil,
it.
I thought you were serious.
Hey, guys!
Really?
Stop yelling at each other. Don't you see why I brought you all here today? Look at yourselves. Look at how time has changed since you've broken up. Individually, you can't make it on your own. You just aren't that talented. Brian, what have you been doing? You're playing in back alleys behind McDonald's.
Hey, we don't all make it, alright? I'm trying.
I know you're trying, but you got talent. You have the best gift of all. Well, you don't have talent, okay? But you have the best gift of all. You have 3 siblings who are much more talented than you.
No.
And they are willing to work with you, and together you somehow have purpose. And Curtis, your rap career is a joke. You literally work at a Christmas tree shop.
I'm almost there, though.
But,
I'm almost there.
but with your siblings, you are a star. And Alyssa, look, you're just all gone to this artist. You're all trying to go down this narrow road. Nobody likes it. And Hannah, you seem to be doing pretty fine. So that's a good job. But together, you guys are a special unit, and you can work together. You guys can become relevant again. You guys can become somebody again. And if you guys become relevant again, then I become relevant again, because I'm the one that made it happen. So what do you guys say? Is there anything that the 4 of you want to say to my worldwide audience of over 200 billion people?
What do you say, guys?
You know what? I think we should
Let's do it.
All right. Let's
go.
Johnny.
Boy.
Let's go, Tommy boy.
Let's go.
Wow. Wow.
Guys.
What
I love you guys.
amazing television. Wow. This is just great, guys. I'm so happy you're all together. This is absolutely fantastic television. Doesn't matter what you say or who you are. You got talent, you'll make it through. I'm Phil Leonard. Thanks for joining me. Good night, universe.